네, 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 13주차. 네. 네, 이번 주 우리 과제 Research Report. 네. 다양한 우리 주제들을 조사를 했는데요. 류하 양부터 조금 우리 아무래도 좀 음성 위주로 좀 가보도록 하겠습니다. 네. 아쉽지만 류하양 음성 지원이 있습니다. 네, 박수로 받겠습니다.
Research writing about vaccine. Recently, a vaccine against COVID-19 was made, and I look into whether the vaccine is safe and how the other vaccine is made. Let's see how vaccines are made. The first thing in the process of creating vaccines is to explore the targeted virus. After weakening the virus, experiment with animals to check for the side effects and toxicity. Researchers do a clinical trial afterwards. At this time, experiment with people 3 times. In this process, safety, toxicity, and side effects are identified. Confirm how good antibodies are made through the vaccine, and finally recheck for the safety. Vaccines are highly regulated and their manufacturing methods are tricky. It is difficult to develop a vaccine because on average it takes about 10 years to make it. A recently developed COVID-19 related vaccine was secured to the safety of the third experiment. It is said that it will be available in the future after receiving confirmation from the emergency approval of the vaccine. It will be distributed all over the world. It is also true that it is extremely unusual for a vaccine to be released for a disease in the air. But the vaccine will surely bring positive results. Thank you.
네, thank you, 류하양. 네, 아주 중요한 주제를 다뤘습니다. 네, 우리 지금 COVID-19 백신이 어떻게 만들어지는지 그 과정을 잘 소개해 줬습니다. 네, 우리 먼저 바이러스를 먼저 탐구하는 explore를 하고 그 다음에 또 test with animal, 동물들을 가지고 실험을 한 다음에 그 다음에 experiment 3 times with human, 사람에게도 3번 또 실험을 하고 antibodies를 거쳐서 safety, 마지막 검증 단계에 오는군요. 네, 우리 과정을 아주 잘 소개해 줬습니다. 우리 지금 CNN 뉴스를 들어보니까 내년 하여튼 미국에는 12월 말, 1월 초 이렇게 예상하고 있죠. 네, 우리나라도 일반 사람에게는 6월 정도로 예상을 하고 있다고 합니다. 네, 우리 굉장히 요즘에 핫한 이슈, 우리 백신이 만들어지는 과정을 잘 소개해 주었습니다. 네, 우리 유아양, 우리 보고서, 리서치 보고서 좋습니다. 우리 하양에게 큰 박수 한번 부탁합니다. Thank you. 좋습니다. 오케이, 우리 예진양으로 한번 가볼까요? 예진양? 네, 우리 예진양. 예진양, 아쉽게도, 우리 음성 지원은 좀 안 되는 것 같습니다. 네, 우리 권예현 양, 어떻습니까? 우리 권예현 양도, 음성 지원이 안 되는군요. 네, 알겠습니다. 우리 다음 넘어가겠습니다. 최예진 양으로 한번 가볼까요? 네, 오케이. 네, 박수로 받겠습니다.
How far is the development of autonomous driving? Recently, the technology of autonomous vehicles that are developing at high speed has been investigated. A self-driving car is a car that moves on its own without the driver driving the vehicle. People's dreams of autonomous cars have often been seen in many SF films in the past. However, as technology advances, it is becoming a reality. With the development of autonomous driving technology, new delivery services will emerge and consumers' patterns will change due to reduced demand for car driving for shopping. Recently, Bench developed a car called Vision Avatar. The director of the movie Avatar and Bench made it together. Like a butterfly in the movie and an animal, he emphasized the connection between people and cars. And you open your hand on the pad, the engine turns on and drives at the optimum speed through pressure and pulse. Charge is complete in 15 minutes. Although it is not yet scheduled to be released, various development is being carried out by various companies. Currently, autonomous driving technology is classified into 6 stages. Tesla is classified into 2 stages. From the first stage, driver intervention is unnecessary, and the technology currently pursued by car manufacturers. Self-driving cars help reduce people's sleepiness or accidents caused by lack of distance. In addition, if old age reduces driving ability, this may help. But there are also many disadvantages. It is said to be affected by weather when it is cloudy or rainy. It can be hacked because it uses the internet. There are many things that need to be improved together in the future. Infrastructure development should be faster. If this is further developed, related rules should also be enacted. If a self-driving car comes out later, I would like to try it at least once. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, 예진. 네, 좋습니다. 우리 자율주행 차가 어떻게, 어느 정도로 지금 발전이 되고 있는지를, 네, 조사해 줬습니다. 네, 좋습니다. 아직도 여러 가지 좀 숙제들이 있죠. 우리 아까 보니까, 네, 우리 날씨의 영향을 받기도 하고, 또 이제는 자동차가 해킹을 당하는 그런 또 가능성도 있고, 또 장점으로는 졸음 운전을 자동적으로 방지하는 기능도 있고, 아예 또 술 먹은 사람은 운전이 시동이 걸리지 않는 또 이런 기능도 있다고 합니다. 네, 우리 노인을 위해서도 그렇고, 네, 우리 전반적인 상황을 잘 조사해서 보고해 주었습니다. 네, 좋습니다. 예진 양. 얼마 전에 저도 뉴스를 보다 보니까 이제 또 몇 년 있으면 드론 택시, 드론 택시가 또 나온다고, 성공해서 실험하는 뉴스를 한번 본 적이 있습니다. 네, 정말 이 시장이 앞으로 기대가 됩니다. 네, 우리 아주 최근 우리 상황을 잘 조사해서 보고를 해줬습니다. 네, 우리 예진 양에게 큰 박수 부탁합니다. Thank you, 예진. Scott. 자, 이번에는 박지혜양으로 한번 가볼까요? 박지혜양. 네, 우리 두 가지 음성 파일이 2개가 있군요. 네, 박수로 받겠습니다.
COVID-19 is a respiratory syndrome caused by SARS-CoV-2 infections and is classified as a first-class infectious disease, new infectious syndrome. The RNA virus belonging to Coronaviridae is a pathogen, and there are two main propagation paths. The first is when you cough or sneeze, it's through droplets. Second, it spreads when you touch objects contaminated with the coronavirus and touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. The incubation period is very long. It is 1 to 14 days, and an average is 4 to 7 days. In addition, when patients with suspected symptoms come to the hospital, they can be diagnosed by separating viruses from samples and detecting specific genes from samples. General symptoms include a variety of respiratory infections, ranging from mild to severe, such as fever, ennui, coughing, difficulty breathing, and pneumonia. Other symptoms include phlegm, sore throat, headache, hemoptysis, and nausea and diarrhea. Symptoms are similar to common cold, but if you have respiratory problems and a fever, it's a good idea to go to the hospital as soon as possible. The COVID-19 is unusual compared to other viruses because it is asymptomatic and can be tested positive even if there are no symptoms. The treatment is the most important, but unfortunately, the vaccine has yet to be developed, so it is a conservative treatment rather than a complete cure, and it is treated with food supplements and antibiotics. The fatal rate is about 3.4% worldwide, but the fatal rate varies greatly by country and age. In particular, the higher the age group, the more fatal and the higher the fatality rate.
네, 다음 영상으로 가겠습니다.
Old patients with impaired immune function or patients with underlying diseases have a high mortality rate. Then, how should we manage ourselves? Patients should be careful with speech and be careful not to come into contact and infect people further. Advise to rest at home as much as possible and avoid contact with others when you have some symptoms. Contactors should observe for infection and check for symptoms at home rather than going out. The preventable way is to wash your hands frequently. Wash with soap in running water for more than 30 seconds and wash frequently. Also, cover your nose and mouth when you cough and wear a mask. Refrain from touching with unwashed hands and ventilate the surrounding environment frequently. Thank you for listening.
네, thank you. 지양. 우리 COVID-19의 전반적인 증상, 진단, 다음 대처 방법. 네, 아주 전반적으로 아주 자세히 잘 소개해 줬습니다. 네, 우리가 많이 들었던 내용이긴 하지만 우리 영어로 아주 꼼꼼히 잘 조사해 주었습니다. 큰 박수 한번 부탁합니다. Thank you, 지혜. It's very good. Excellent. 네, 우리 여러분들 잠깐 쉬었다가 다음 영상에서 다시 만나도록 하겠습니다. See you soon.